Okay.
Ready? Okay, it's nutrition time. Madeline, could you tell us what we're eating today?
Well, I made polenta, which is corn grits, with little bit of cheese and Okinawan sweet potatoes and butter.
What kind of cheese?
Cheddar, sharp cheddar.
Cow cheddar?
Yes.
Okay. We want our food dishes in the future to be possible. Possible for O's to eat, and we're not supposed to eat cow cheese. So in the future, if you could refrain from using cow.
Okay.
Unless it's mozzarella. Mozzarella's okay.
And
We're studying diet,
Mozzarella's buffalo.
blood type diet. Huh?
Mozzarella's buffalo.
Well, no, they have cow mozzarella.
Should be buffalo. Otherwise it's not mozzarella.
Are you serious? Where? Where did you learn that?
In Italy it's buffalo if you want it. It's buffalo.
Always?
Mozzarella. If it's real mozzarella, it's buffalo.
My mother owned a cheese store. They used to make mozzarella from cow milk.
Yeah, it's Americanized.
Okay. I didn't know that. I guess that's why they sell buffalo mozzarella at Costco.
Because it's made out of buffalo milk.
It's real, huh? Okay. Okay, so that's a little detail about the O blood type. Today we're going to talk about O and B blood type.
what? So what is it about the O's that can't have?
O's never had cows. O's were hunter-gatherers. Come on, it's all right. Oh, it's not a problem. And hunter-gatherers can't take cows with them because they're too slow. They don't really. But they did have buffaloes around. They used to have buffaloes and sheep and goats. Especially the bees. The bees can handle any kind of cow cheese because they lived on mountains. They weren't plains people. The O's were the plains people, hunters, and they were like roaming around and couldn't take cows with them. And so I guess they don't do well with the casein protein in the cow milk. But the bees can have it. They can have dairy. So I handed you the O and the B blood types, diets, but before we talk about that, I'd like to show you, did you get this? Okay. I'd like to show you something that is not in any of the books, that is a very serious, are you getting this over here, Mark? Yeah. A very serious deficiency of the blood, understanding the blood types. People get 2 genes for their blood type. One from mom and one from dad. Not just one gene. So if you're an A, you definitely have one A gene, but 90% of the time you have an O gene also. So you are an AO. The O's, on the other hand, have to get an O from mom and dad. The B's, again, have at least one B gene, and 9 times out of 10 will also have an O gene from one of the parents. It's very rare to have AA or BB. I have met a couple, but in 40 years of working, it's rare. I'd say 1 out of 100 at the most. That may even be too much. Has 2 of the same genes. And then the 4th blood type, right here actually we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th blood type, I want to put them all here, is the AB.
Oh yeah.
Where you get an A gene from one parent and a B gene from the other parent.
So maybe you could explain that because I just started. So the AO equals A. It's been recording. It's just how you wrote it. Just tuk tuk tuk.
So it did record what I said? Okay. So the, thank goodness, I don't want to say it again.
Oh yeah.
So who here, what's your blood type?
Oh.
Okay, so you have 2 O genes, okay? So everything on the O blood type diet would be interesting to you. Do we have anything other than O's here? Do you know your blood type?
Plus.
No, it's a letter.
0 plus.
Okay, so it's an O, so we're all O blood types. Are you O? So we're all O's, I'm an O. So we don't have any of these hybrids here. But I really need to tell you about the hybrid just for a moment, because you may meet somebody who's an A and they say, oh, I'm a vegetarian. What you need to tell them, the A is the farmer who grew up on the farm, and they tend to eat a lot more vegetables. But 90% of the A's that they test, the blood test, they don't get the other gene. To test genes is a $500 blood test, and they don't do that. So they either can find out what their parents are, which still doesn't tell them what they are in their genes. But if one parent is an O, then you know they have to be an A and an O, because the parent who's the O has 2 O's. They can only give an O. So if you know one of your parents is an O and the other parent is an A or an AB, then you know you're an AO, which means you're half vegetarian and half meat-eating O blood type. And that's what people don't know, and that's why people are getting very sick being vegetarians, because they're not meant to be a pure vegetarian. If they're an A blood type, they're meant to be half-half. So I tell people, well, you know, what I recommend is you eat your heavy O protein in the morning, and then eat your vegetarian meal in the evening, because evening you don't digest as well. You know, you're already turning it off at night, so go ahead and be a vegetarian at night, but eat your meats and your eggs for breakfast, lunch, and then supper, be a vegetarian. So that's what I recommend. The B, the difference, does everybody here know the difference between a B and an O? So the Bs are the Northern Europeans who live on mountaintops, and so they lived with goats, sheep, and some cows, and so they ate a lot of milk, and they ate a lot of lamb and a lot of sheep.
Also call them herdener.
Herders?
Herders, yeah.
Okay. They herd, yeah, these animals. Okay. And yeah, the cake, please don't do too big of a piece. We have 6 people to give a piece of cake to, so I'd like to have at least a piece for everybody. The people who aren't here, like Dennis and Presley, get a piece, and Mark, 2. Just so you know.
I attacked the cake
Yeah.
earlier, so.
Mark, too. But she was
Just
a very
make a
small.
photo for those who are not around.
Yeah, right. You can look
What-
at it,
what
get it,
cake?
take it. Yeah, cake.
What cake?
What? You smell the cake? Are you hallucinating?
You didn't live quantum, you were not there.
Okay, any questions about the, and the AB, they can eat anything basically. However, they are half B, so they do need some, to eat meat.
Oh, delicious lamb.
Oh, you like
make
the
that?
lamb? Uh-huh. Yeah, very simple, it's Australian lamb.
Nice and bloody.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean it to be that rare, but I don't mind it. I like it.
Good thing.
So back to quantum understanding of nutrition and digestion. Your stomach has to have a pH really, really acid to digest meat. And fruits and vegetables go basic in the body and in the stomach, just so you know that. And that's why combining fruits, the way the French do, with protein is not so great. Doesn't really work really well.
What about the cooked,
Doesn't help.
steamed?
Doesn't change the pH. However, you can use a lot of herbs to help a little bit, but in general,
You eat them separate. You eat them separately.
most people, all the Orientals, eat fruits separately from the protein.
So you just have a fruit meal, or you have a
Snack. They don't consider it a meal. Most Chinese, I think, are O's and B's. So
They
they,
eat like O's and B's.
yeah. And I think that's why they do it.
Do you want me to take this or
Huh?
continue recording?
Well, I did. I really didn't want to stop. I'm just gonna go get cake. Would you like to give me a little piece of cake, cameraman? So does that explain why I kind of wished you didn't eat your pear before you ate them?
Oh yeah, I know. Yes, I understand that. But I would say a pear is different than some other fruits I could have ate. That would have been a lot more contrast. But I don't think it's anything to be judged by because I ate a pear.
No, no.
I don't think I need to be
Pear?
judged.
Dear, you need to shift feeling judged. I
I
was
see
just
judgment.
talking. No, you're not seeing judgment. You're seeing a point that I'm making that the pear might turn off your digestive system, period.
Okay, maybe I'm not seeing
I didn't say it was a bad thing, a
I'm
wrong thing,
feeling
an
that.
evil thing. Yes,
Of
you
course.
feel judged every moment. How
No,
would you like to
I
shift
don't
that?
feel judged every moment. I feel
I talk to you.
I feel projected on, like I need to believe something, and I don't, because I don't, like water, you're like water, we're like water.
So did you read the story about the cup?
Yeah,
Okay.
and a pear is a good thing to put in my cup.
Well, it's not about a pear. It's about that if you have stuff in your cup that you would like to transform, the way you do it is to pour stuff into the cup so that it overflows and the old stuff overflows out of the cup. And then you get to live new and different emergent miracles. And that's what we're talking about here, is living new and different. If
Now-
you,
How do you be in the miracle while going towards the miracle?
there's no towards.
You're just in it.
Every moment, you're it. There's no flow, there's no time. Okay, this would be a good time to go back to the emergent miracles. Are you ready? I'd love for you to read. Not yet. Are you ready? Would you read one more paragraph
That thing here?
about, oh no, not if you're eating cake. I wouldn't want to take you away from eating cake. Could you read, the part about time and space? I think it's the next paragraph, it's right up on there. On the couch. I think it's the next paragraph. Go ahead and just read the next paragraph.
Through your quantum abiding eternal being, everything is made manifest. Through your abiding self.
Okay, no, when you read, you have to take a breath between sentences because I cannot think. I mean, I can't think that fast. If you read like that, I can't digest what you just read. So just take a
Use
deep
some
breath.
enzymes.
I'm doing that.
No quantum reading.
I do, okay,
Get
hold
it,
it.
shoot it at us. Next one,
But
yeah.
you already know
Get your
everything I'm about
insights.
to read.
How do you do it?
Why do you need? There's no time.
How do you
to
learn?
pause.
Yeah, how do you learn?
You don't really have to learn, just need to remember.
Thank you. That's quantum truth. There's no learning in the quantum world, it's just remembering.
Or accessing.
Okay, I'm remembering. And another little commercial. Under stress or past 50 years old, it's a good time to take enzymes with your food.
Yeah.
Would you like one?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, you're done with your cake. You can read now.
Come
I'm gonna
on,
eat my-
I'm
you
good
need
now.
to take it.
I do?
Yeah, you've been under so much stress, come on. You haven't been using them? Thanks. Okay,
Is there really enzymes in there?
That's what they claim.
But what are the effects?
Instant digestion.
they just say,
Immunity.
okay, would you read that second paragraph?
Through your quantum abiding eternal being, everything is made manifest. Through your abiding self, this quantum way is made available. And there is nothing the power of expansion of your emergent miracles cannot do. Your quantum way, then, can regenerate from pain, can end all sorrow, and can resolve all problems. It can do so in connection with yourself and with anyone else. It is equal in its power to help anyone because it is equal in its power available to anyone.
In other words, everybody's power to live this is equal. But it's only you that can do it for yourself. And others can benefit through entanglement. Do we remember entanglement? Yes? So through entanglement, you can benefit others if they wish to be benefited. Okay. Any questions about that paragraph? No?
It's very clear.
Okay, so I'm going to read the next one. And what I'm going to do is read one line at a time, and if there are questions about that line, we'll talk about it. So, if you are living, I shouldn't have an if there, I'm going to edit that. When you are living emergent miracles, everything you create is beyond cause and effect. Does everyone understand that? Or you create beyond cause and effect. You create. So just take out so is everything. It just doesn't make sense. If when you are living emergent miracles, cross out so is everything. When you are living emergent miracles, you create beyond cause and effect. Do you understand now, after today's class so far, do you understand that, or should we talk about it? Krista, you're probably the one who has the most issues, because you haven't heard as much. Can you understand that?
I was thinking I would like an example of it.
Examples don't work. There are no examples and there's no proof. but I can talk about it. The one example I gave you yesterday, let's look at our original handouts. Oh, where are my papers?
That one, it's fine, if you wanna keep reading.
No, I don't. I want this is the hardest part, so I have no problem going over this. Where's the,
Does anyone have an example of that?
no, there's no such thing as examples. I mean, I'm gonna tell you
I
a
guess I don't-
story about water.
That's an example, that's what I mean, could you tell me a story?
Yeah, but you're not living water. But if you can understand that, in your life, you're bringing things into your life, like you brought yourself here, you're getting information, more ingredients, more constituents, and you're putting these into your life. This information is in your universe, because you asked for it,
Right,
whether you know it or
no,
not.
I did.
You wanted it, you asked for it, now
Yeah.
you have it. When you do that, what happens is all that stuff in there comes together, shazam, you don't know what's gonna come out of it. But what you know is that what you desire, because you put it in there, what you know is gonna be desirable for you. You brought a dream, you brought your understandings, you brought your rebelliousness, you brought your
Not really.
your appetite.
Yeah, I did, I told you.
That's
4 a.m.,
good.
not eating much, but
Oh,
working all
I'm
day.
so glad you came. We do not lack in nurturing, self-nurturing.
Yeah, for sure.
So does that make sense? It comes together in ways like hydrogen and oxygen come together, and it gives you something better than you imagine. That's emergent, means it's emergent out of the soup of your information, or information, which I like. My teacher doesn't like that word.
And it's instant.
It's instant every moment. It's happening right now.
Right now.
Every moment, and we are we're increasing its awareness, the awareness of it, by, if you're not aware of it, if you're not aware and you have this dream, you may not shift that dream. It doesn't sound like you did until you came in here. So you're giving yourself lots. This is an emergent, a dream. I'm sorry, a dream is an example of an emergent miracle. This is an emergent miracle. And it's a conversation between personal self and eternal self. Remember that triunity? Mark, could you go in my room in the box and give me one of the original with the picture of my book on it, handouts? I had one, and I don't have it right now, and I need to hold pictures up. It's in a box on the floor, but I wanted to stay with Krista about this. So if you're a triunity, the third thing is your emergent miracle. There's Krista, and that's what we're going into now. After we eat, we're going into what's the decode key to live your emergent miracle, your glow. And that's your abiding eternal self.
Which is happening right now.
Oh yeah. But you can fight it, you can stop it. I mean, that's what, Madeline gave herself a dream to totally help her get out of her way of living her eternal self in one simple image. So, well, you're going to that class tomorrow, the answer's in the garden. And so have this dream now. And when you really get the garden, with the garden, you're going to be free and sliding. And so on and so on.
Interested in the definition of emergent?
Definition?
Yeah.
Sure. Except
Coming
we don't.
into view.
Say it again.
Coming into view
Coming
Coming
into view.
view.
or notice.
Huh.
Emerging, arising from a liquid.
No, it isn't emergent. Emerging is not the same as emergent. So did you look up emergent?
I looked up emergent, that's right.
That's all we want. And that's coming into view. I like that. Because it's an awareness. I would call it manifestation, miracle manifestation, eminence.
Arising out of present participle. Comes from the French in the 1350 actually.
Participle
Yeah.
or particle?
Latin, emergent, stem. No, arising out of present participle.
I know what you mean. I think it's participle.
Present. I get to stop at present.
No,
Participle means what?
of the whole.
Yeah, all the little pieces together.
Participle? That's not
Yeah.
what participle means.
It's like
I'm
a
sorry.
grammar term.
Huh?
I feel participle. It's like a grammar term.
Past
It's
participle.
a grammar term.
Present
participle.
It's not.
participle, past participle.
Maybe he's, can I see it? See if you're
Sure,
reading it
Karen.
correctly? Because
Yeah,
it's your
there.
second, third language. Oh, so it's the present participle of emerger, to emerge. Yeah, he's not, it was
So
the,
it's the present
it's
participle.
the present participle of
of
emerger,
emerging, yeah.
of emerging, emergent. It's emergent, it's a verb
Coming into view, coming out
Coming
of the
into-
blue or whatever. Out of
coming
nowhere.
into existence.
Oh,
Coming into existence is another way to talk about it.
interesting. My mother would always say, it's not an emergency. But that's different, right?
Totally different. This is bringing up a really good point, and so I think I'm gonna have to draw it. So let's draw it, and let's get down and dirty. Let's get dirty. Here we go. Here's our triunity. And here's the particle, here's the wave. Okay, Krista, we're saying this for you, so can you, you can see where Krista's awareness is. So here's your personal self, here's your eternal self. Your personal self is interacting with your environment. Can you leave your dish, please, and come back to
Oh,
class?
I'm totally listening.
Okay, but I would rather you see what I'm drawing because there's
Okay.
a structure to
For
it
sure.
that I would love for you to get. And if you want to look
Oh,
at this
pretty.
page from yesterday, that would help too. But here's your personal self. Here's your eternal self. And now where does the eternal self, abiding eternal self come from? It comes from this interaction. Your personal self, like Tragone interacts with his environment, and in interacting with his environment, he's creating his abiding eternal self. So does everybody understand that? So the abiding eternal self is actually emergent when he interacts with his environment. So does everybody understand that? Does that make sense? Tragone's living his life, and he does these accomplishments that he's really proud of, and when he does it, he says, wow, I'm doing my eternal self. Of course, he didn't know that then, but now he's doing it. Now he's aware that he's coming up with all these amazing contributions today, and that's Tragone being his abiding eternal self here. And when he does that, whee, a resplendent, illuminated self shoots up into the universe and expands the universe because he gave us something new that we didn't know. I forget what it was 2 minutes ago, but it's on tape, we've got it. And a few things, because he comes up with things quite often that way.
Do you guys know what abiding means? Would you go into it, please, so
Sure.
they know what
So-
we're talking about?
Another word for eternal, which Roger prefers using now, so we're using it in addition to eternal, is abiding, which means without beginning and without end. So this is the aspect of you that is without a beginning and it's without an end. Yeah? And every time, well, eternal means the same thing.
That's what I'm
No,
thinking, that's
no,
the word
but
I think of.
No,
is
eternal has, eternal, if it's, eternal has a starting, so it's not the same.
Eternal,
It's already time, there's time included.
In-
Quantum,
In eternal, there's?
yes.
it's a recurring.
It goes on forever and ever and ever, so it had
Ah,
to
that
start
means
it
there's-
somewhere.
Ah, okay, I never looked at it like that.
But it does recur, it does repeat itself. And that's the nature, that's why we use the word eternal, because it's recurring. When we determine your eternal self, that's
It's a pattern.
recurring.
A recurring pattern.
That's the recurring pattern of the true you. When you interacted with your environment and you felt proud of what you did, like I'm sure that Tragom is feeling proud. We have to take a 2-minute break here. Maybe?
Because
Maybe
I'm so
not.
proud, you have to take a break.
Yeah, freak out and pride, huh?
Well,